The sun is shining in the Styrian Mountains. There is a large crowd here at the Red Bull Ring. We are getting ready for race 4 of this 16 race season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. It's warm, it's sunny, it's 23.8 degrees centigrade. The track is 48.2 degrees centigrade, and it is getting hotter. We have been thoroughly entertained by Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Yesterday, we had race 3 of the season, this being round 2, the first of 2 races. That man there, Maurice Schöring, didn't have the kind of race that he wanted. He finished in 5th place, but was looking for better. But today, he starts from pole position. He is the youngest driver on the grid, but that means absolutely nothing to him because he has put the car on pole position, his first ever pole in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Starting alongside him is points leader Lauren Heinrich. It makes it an SSR Huber Racing front row in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Lauren Heinrich leads the championship. He had won 2 races out of 2, both from pole position after the season opener at Spa-Francorchamps. He had a perfect score of 50 points. Now that, of course, has now been reduced as a result of yesterday's winner, Dylan Pereira. Dylan Pereira, who came through to take the win and is now closing in on championship leader Lauren Heinrich for Iron Force Racing by Phoenix. Dylan Pereira, we welcome him back to the grid of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany here in 2022. Pereira at 58 points, Lauren Heinrich at 70. So the gap is closing up, and Lauren Heinrich will be looking to stay in front of his main championship rival. Maurice Schöring is 3rd in the points with 42. So he's got a bit of work to do there, but he is in a great position. There is the defending champion in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He is a 2-times champion. He's trying to make it 3 in a row. Larry Tenforder, the Team GP elite car. His best result so far is a 3rd place at race 1. He got a 4th place yesterday. He starts from 4th on the grid for this race. We welcome back Mikael Ammermuller in the number 92 car. 6th place in the season opener is his best result so far. He has unfinished business in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He wants that championship. He's found it. Pretty hard work. He is also in one of the SSR Huber Racing Porsches. But he's qualified well, and he is there up at the sharp end of the grid in 5th place. Huub van Eindhoven. He is our highest placed rookie, another of the GP elite team. He is part of the talent pool, and he has been very impressive here in qualifying to start from that position. The 3rd row of the grid for Huub van Eindhoven in P6. So one of the talent pool, there are many of them. There are 8, in fact, in total, and they are real chargers, none more so than that man there, Bastian Boos in the number 99 car. He got a podium at the 2nd race at Spa-Francorchamps. Bastian Boos, who backs off for nobody. It doesn't matter who's in his way, he's moving forwards. He has been very, very impressive for Allied Racing, and will be a real contender in this championship as this season progresses. Just getting a bit of cold air in the face. It really is very warm here at the Red Bull Ring this weekend. And the fastest duck on the grid, that's the fastest gamer on the grid, 57. That is Rudy Van Buren for Huber Racing, and Rudy Van Buren has really picked up his pace this year. He starts 8th on the grid for this race. 7th place is his best result of the season so far, race 2 at Spa-Francorchamps. He has been very, very rapid. Lorcan Hannafin, we welcome him, the runner-up in the Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain last year, and he has taken to Porsche Carrera Cup Germany perfectly, running for FAC Autotech. 10th place yesterday was his best result of the season so far. He's in a good position to improve on that today in this race. Lorcan Hannafin, really good to have him on the grid here at Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. There's Jesse van Kooijk, who starts 10th on the grid. Jesse van Kooijk For Team GP Elite, there are 3 Team GP Elite cars and there are 3 GP Elite cars. They are different teams because you're only allowed 3 cars per team. So GP Elite, 6 cars in total, 3 of them for Team GP Elite and 3 for just GP Elite. Confused yet? I know that I am. The rest of the cars lining up on the grid. Very shortly, we will be getting ready to go racing. And there is Lucas Grunewald. He is 11th, another of the GP Elite cars. This is a 30-minute race, 30 minutes plus 1 lap. And conditions absolutely perfect here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg. It is a circuit that is 4.318 kilometers around. That equates to 2.683 miles. It has 10 turns, 7 of them to the right and 3 of them to the left. Last year, the race was won, both races of the weekend were won by, both were on pole position was Arjen ten Guven. The first one was won by Leon Köhler, the second by Lauren Heinrich. So only Lauren Heinrich can be a repeat winner this year. Leon Köhler, Arjen ten Guven have both moved across to GT Masters and have both impressed in the race that has just finished here at the Red Bull Ring. The Porsche Carrera Cup Germany training up and perfecting drivers, and they filter out into other classes. And it's a great way to learn the skills of Porsche and GT racing in general. We're looking at Larry ten Voorde there, visor down. He's got a bit of work to do. He has yet to take a win this year. Only 1 podium so far. He would dearly like to change that. 4th on the grid is a good place to start. Now, the roar of the engines, it is absolutely deafening as the cars pull away on their formation lap around this circuit. Let's have a look at the starting grid for this race 4 of the season. It is Maurice Scheuring on pole position, Lauren Heinrich alongside, making it an SSR Huber front row. Dylan Pereira and Larry ten Voorde line up on row 2 of the grid. Row 3, Michael Ammermuller and Huub van Eindhoven, the highest placed rookie on the grid this afternoon. And row 4, Bastian Boos and Rudy van Buren. Row 5 of the grid, Lorcan Hannafin and Jesse van Kuik as FAC Octotec alongside Team GP Elite. And on row 6, Lucas Grunewald and Max van Splunteren, another GP Elite row on this grid. Row 7, Luke Hartog, yesterday's pole sitter, keep an eye on him. And Alex Fack, another of the rapid talent pool. Richard Wagner, good qualifying, and Yuka Honkavori line up on row 8. And row 9 of the grid, Lucas Ertl and Alexander Tauscher, another of the talent pool drivers. Row 10, Sebastian Freimut and Harold Prochik. Good to welcome Harold Prochik to the grid of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany in 2022. Dan van Kuik and Ariel Levy on row 11. Row 12, Jan Seifert and Carlos Rivas in the Pro-Am category, the most successful Pro-Am driver in Carrera Cup history in Germany. Soren Spreng and Jonas Greif line up on row 13. Row 14, Jan-Erik Sluten, a real entertainer, and Georgi Donchev alongside him. Row 15, Ahmad Al-Shihab and Philip Sager. And then on row 16, Christoph Langer and Kai Pfister. Kai Pfister, who's sitting in for Holger Harmsen, who had that big incident at Spa last time out. We say get well soon, Holger. We hope to see you back on the grid very soon. The formation lap is done. The cars come back to the grid. Maurice Scheuring on that pole position on the right-hand side. It is his first pole position, an awful lot of pressure, but if there's ever anybody who could handle that pressure, it is Maurice Scheuring. We're waiting for the rest of the pack to form up behind. Confirmation of conditions, they are perfect. There is no rain expected. Absolute perfection for this race 4 of this 16 race season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So the final few cars just lining up at the back. It's 32 cars on the grid. That is the maximum number allowed. The 33rd season of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany getting underway, continuing underway. It's 16 races in 5 countries. And this is a great stop that everybody loves here in Austria. We're going to wait for that man there to give us indication. There you go. We're looking good. And now the engine notes rise. We're going to wait for those 5 red lights to go out. And And we are go. It's Morris Schering who steps off pole position. He moves across to try and block Lauren Heinrich, but Heinrich has the better start. Heinrich has the line into turn one. Morris Schering is going to go deep into the corner. Dylan Pereira also there. Larry Tenforder slotting up into third place. The rest of the cars streaming through, and it is Lauren Heinrich who's beaten Morris Schering off the line. Larry Tenforder in third, Dylan Pereira in fourth, but Dylan Pereira looking to the outside. Up the hill they come towards turn 13. Pereira on the outside of Morris Schering. They go three abreast. Somehow they get around Hoop van Eindhoven there, caught up in the middle of the traffic. It's Lauren Heinrich who leads the way. Larry Tenforder up into second. Dylan Pereira in third. Morris Schering getting shuffled down the pack. Mikael Ammermuller in there as well. Bastian Boost just waiting behind. The cars have all survived. Lauren Heinrich, a great start from him. He beat Morris Schering off the line. Not the best start from Morris Schering. He's got swallowed up by the pack and he's down into fifth place at the moment. Look at that crowd of cars as they come streaming around towards turn 7. And it is Lauren Heinrich who leads the way, still fighting for positions this opening lap. A great opportunity to gain places, a great opportunity to lose places as well. Lauren Heinrich leading the way. Larry Tenforder, he really wants to get his championship back on the track. Car 27 under investigation. Dan Van Koyk, that is potentially a jump start to Dan Van Koyk being looked at by the stewards. He's a little further back at the moment. The headlines, though, go to Lauren Heinrich. Look at this further back. Luke Hartog going two abreast, maybe even three down the pit straight. One of the FAC Autotech cars. Is it Alex Fack? Yes, it is on the inside. That's not Hartog, that's Honkavori. But there's a spinner up on the corner. 23, Lucas Ertel. So Lucas Ertel goes spinning out on turn 1 and comes to a stop. Now, is he going to be able to get that thing going? Because if he isn't, that will bring out a safety car. Has he kept the engine running? Is he going to be able to move? Lucas Ertel getting spat out of the pack. Let's have another look here at, it was Yuka Honkavori, not Luke Hartog, but Luke Ertel coming through on the inside, tripping over both Fack and Honkavori and spinning around into the corner. He was just almost an innocent bystander in all of that. Yuka Honkavori avoids it. You could see that it was Fack who locked up coming into the corner, locked up a brake, and Lucas Ertel is spat out into the runoff area of turn 1, just taking too much speed in. Alex Fack and Yuka Honkavori somehow survives that, but loses a handful of places as well. Now, has the Lucas Ertel car been able to move? Yes, it has. So Ertel is back on the track, so we won't need a safety car. Lauren Heinrich will be mighty pleased about that because he has a 3/10 gap over second place. We're looking again at that start, and there was a car that didn't get away there. That is always a bit of a brown alert moment when your car doesn't get away on the grid. And you could also see that car 27 was moving potentially a little bit quicker than he might have been able to, that he was allowed to do. As we look from Larry Tenforder at that fight into the first corner, you see that Lauren Heinrich got that gap on the inside of Morris Schering as they filed into turn 1. This is the view from Lauren Heinrich. Schering moves across to try and block him, but Heinrich just keeps his nose in there, has the line into turn 1, and Morris Schering is hung out to dry. Dylan Pereira on that wide outside line, but Larry Tenforder through on the inside steals that place away. The view from further back, an awful lot of traffic to get round that turn 1. In the grand scale of things, a fairly tight corner. Lucas Ertel is into the pits. It looks as though his afternoon is done. We look back at, I think that's from Dylan Pereira from his rear wing. Morris Schering, Larry Tenforder did actually make contact with a number 14 car into the corner, running deep, but Larry Tenforder through into second place. The incident that we saw unfolding just now is under investigation by our race stewards. And car number 8, that was Alex Fack, who's there as well. Yuka Honkavori just caught up in it primarily. So we settled down a bit. Lauren Heinrich leading the way from Larry Tenforder by 0.4 of a second. Dylan Pereira in third place, but Mikael Ammermuller has moved up. So Dylan Pereira has dropped back 2 places because Maurice Schering has also got past. Dylan Pereira has gone from 3rd to 5th place. Bastian Boos in 6th. So haven't seen what's happened there, but we'll find out very shortly, I have no doubt. But Mikael Ammermuller currently in the best position he has been all season. This is great from Lauren Heinrich. This is a replay of the start, revving the engine. And you can see him drop the clutch and away he goes. What a wonderful insight that is. The left foot quickly moving over to the brake and then a bit of left foot braking into turn 1. Lauren Heinrich, one of the real superstars. He's a new Porsche Junior for 2022 and he has a newfound confidence. He is the championship leader, the man they're trying to beat. He topped every session at Spa-Francorchamps last time out. He's looking for the top step of the podium here for race 2 at the Red Bull Ring. Yesterday he got a 2nd place. That was his lowest finish of the year so far, but he's looking good for the top step of the podium at the moment. However, there is still another 24 minutes of this race remaining. Lauren Heinrich, who is the quickest of anybody in Sector 2 at the moment on the last lap, he is the quickest man on the track at 1:32.456. He's got a clear, open track in front of him and nothing in his way. Car 8, a drive-through penalty, so not much of a surprise there. Alex Fack, we saw him locking up into turn 1. That resulted in Lucas Oertel going spinning, and a drive-through penalty for Fack will drop him to the back. He was in 25th place at that point. He will drop to the very back of the field after that drive-through penalty. So here comes the lead pack. Lauren Heinrich not really pulling away from Larry Tenforder. Of course, these cars are all all identical. Sorry, car 29 under investigation. Huub van Eindhoven, he qualified so well. He's currently in 9th place on the track and had his best qualifying session of the year so far, but under investigation for a potential jump start, as indeed is Jesse van Kooyk. Now, Mikael Ammermuller coming under pressure from Maurice Schering. This is for 3rd place. Mikael Ammermuller has his mirrors full of the number 14 car. Also there is Dylan Pereira. Pereira, who was running as high as 3rd place at one point, has dropped back. And Pereira looking to move his way forward again. There is our leader. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all in a line. Nobody breaking away. About half a second between 1st and 2nd, which isn't much at all. Lauren Heinrich leading from Larry Tenforder. Luke Hartog, keep an eye on him. He's up to P8. He didn't have the kind of qualifying that he wanted. Well, he did. He was the fastest man in qualifying, but had a lap discounted for track limits. But he is moving forwards, as is Alex Tauscher in the number 13 car. So Alex Tauscher, Richard Wagner, Dan Van Kooyk also in there as well. But in 14th place, Richard Tauscher in the Alex Tauscher in the number 13 car, Richard Wagner behind, and Dan Van Kooyk. So Tauscher has found a route past Wagner and continues to push forwards, but now coming under pressure from the 27 car of Dan Van Kooyk. So Dan Van Kooyk challenging hard for Alex Tauscher, that 14th, 13th place. He got Wagner, but now Van Kooyk is challenging him as well. At the front, Mikael Ammermuller and Maurice Schering running together. Mikael Ammermuller doing all that he can. Maurice Schering, our pole sitter for this race. Dylan Pereira on the outside of the both of them. So Dylan Pereira outside of Maurice Schering goes out onto the gravel. That's going to let Bastian Boos have a little look on the inside still. Pereira holds on to that place, staring at the back of Maurice Schering. Maurice Schering is behind Mikael Ammermuller, the last of the podium places at the moment. But Bastian Boos is looking very mighty there in 6th place. 7th is Rudy Van Buren and Luke Hartog in P8. So Hartog, who started from pole yesterday, today, would have been pole today had it not been for a track limits violation, and ended up starting all the way down in 13th place. You can see there is a 5-second time penalty being awarded to Jesse van Kuik. That is for a jump start. He's currently in 12th place. 5 seconds on top of that is going to drop him down the order. We're riding on board with Dylan Pereira, currently in 5th place. Ahead of him is Maurice Schuring, the very rapid Maurice Schuring, who flew home on Friday to take an exam and then flew back again. Such is his commitment. Sebastian Freeman further back, coming under pressure from Max van Splunteren and succumbing to that pressure. Also Ariel Levi in there as well. You can see the first and second, Lauren Heinrich, some 8/10 ahead of Larry Tenforder. Dylan Pereira, the fastest of anybody in Sector 1 on the previous lap. Pereira challenging hard, but he has Maurice Schuring in front of him, and that is going to be quite the challenge. There is Lorcan Hannafin in 11th place, the second rookie in this race, the second place rookie. The leading rookie is Huub van Eindhoven, who is currently 9th on the track. Carlos Rivas assumes his rightful place where he seems to reside most of the time as the leading Pro-Am driver. He is 19th on the track. A 5-second time penalty for car 27, Dan van Kuik, for a jump start. So both 26 and 27, Jesse van Kuik and Dan van Kuik, the two brothers, both getting a 5-second time penalty for a jump start. Black and white flag has been shown to car 94 for track limits. That is Dylan Pereira, so he might be quick, but he's also using a little bit too much of the track, and the stewards are taking a look at that. The black and white flag is merely a warning. It doesn't mean that there will be any penalty incoming, as Lorcan Hannafin starts to turn the heat up on Lucas Grunewald, who is ahead of him in 10th place, but also Mikael Ammermuller in 3rd, Maurice Schuring in 4th. Maurice Schuring picking up the slipstream as they head around turn 2. Schuring to the outside under braking. Will he switch back to the inside as they head around the corner? Mikael Ammermuller covers him off and carries on in 3rd place, but Maurice Schuring is challenging for that 3rd place. Behind him, Dylan Pereira has just dropped back a little bit, and looking after the tyres is critical here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. It has to go the distance, and if you burn the tyres up too much, too soon, you're going to pay the price at the end of the race. Mikael Ammermuller, a wily old dog, in 3rd place. Maurice Schuring, this is the view from Bastian Boos. He's currently in 6th. That's Dylan Pereira just ahead of him. Pereira, yesterday's winner, very much a man on a mission here at the Red Bull Ring this weekend. Lauren Heinrich still leads the way though, and crossing the line, he has a second over Larry Tenforder. So Tenforder well clear of Mikael Ammermuller in 3rd place. Ammermuller not really got the pace to keep up with the leaders, and Maurice Schuring can see that. Maurice Schuring, the pole sitter for this race, he dropped back into the pack at the start. He's now lining up Mikael Ammermuller once again around at turn 2, up the hill, under braking, and nothing going on here at the moment. But Maurice Schuring, only a matter of time. You saw further back that looked like Lorcan Hannafin challenging Lucas Grunewald as well. Now, this time, the challenge is on Dylan Pereira, Bastian Boos on the outside this time, as we see a 5-second time penalty for Huub van Eindhoven for a jump start. But Bastian Boos relegating Dylan Pereira. Pereira is coming back, though. They are running absolutely side by side out towards turn 6. Dylan Pereira, great shot on board with him, but Bastian Boos is through. The number 99 car, we said keep an eye on him. Bastian Boos through into P5. Now, can Dylan Pereira do anything about it? Bastian Boos is there, but just behind Rudy Van Buren. Van Buren and Luke Hartog following in his wake. Luke Hartog said before this race, watch out, I'm coming through. Yesterday was all about scoring points. Today is all about moving forward. So Luke Hartog in 8th place behind Rudy Van Buren is going to be challenging as well. But Bastian Boos at the moment in 5th place has relegated Dylan Pereira. Here come our leaders. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. At the back of that queue, Luke Hartog challenging Rudy Van Buren. Out of turn 1 he comes, running a little bit wide into the runoff area. We're looking back at Rudy Van Buren from Dylan Pereira. Rudy Van Buren, Luke Hartog absolutely glued together with Dylan Pereira. Is Pereira struggling? Rudy Van Buren looks to the inside. Dylan Pereira gets a little bit of a hurry up from Luke Hartog into the corner. And Rudy Van Buren runs wide and loses a position. Pereira holds on to that place. Hartog moves up another and into 7th. Rudy Van Buren trying to come back. Now, Luke Hartog to the outside into turn 4. He tries to cut back to the inside. Dylan Pereira looking to be struggling. Bastian Boost just ahead of them, now breaking 3. But look at this, the incident between 94 and 99 under investigation. We saw a little bit of contact. So Dylan Pereira and Bastian Boost under investigation because of an incident between them. So the steward's looking at that. But still, Bastian Boost continues in 5th place at the moment. Dylan Pereira behind him. Then it's Rudy Van Buren and Luke Hartog, or make that Luke Hartog and Rudy Van Buren. We're past the halfway stage of this race. The leader, Lauren Heinrich, who is well clear at the front from Larry Tenforder. We're looking again at the incident that is being investigated. Bastian Boost and Pereira were running side by side. And this is the view from on board Pereira. Around they run, and was there a little bit of contact between them? Up towards the corner they come once again, which is turn 3. And Rudy Van Buren is in front of Luke Hartog by the looks of things. So this positioning's changing non-stop in this race. All sorts of challenges running up and down. So Luke Hartog and Rudy Van Buren fighting hard for that 7th place. We're looking down at it, and yes, Rudy Van Buren has found a route past Luke Hartog. So 57 in front of car 4. This is a battle that is going to rage on. We saw Rudy Van Buren getting hung out a little bit in the earlier battle. Hartog got through, but now Rudy Van Buren has found the route back forwards through that route again. So there's Rudy Van Buren in the 57 car. Luke Hartog just behind him. And then in the background is Huub van Eindhoven. But don't forget that Huub van Eindhoven has a 5-second time penalty to be added to his result at the end of the race because of that jump start. So that will relegate him further down the order. 13 minutes remaining. The leaders come out of turn 10 and on to the pit straight. And there is Bastian Boost with Dylan Pereira in the background. And out of turn 1, they come out onto turn 2, a turn by name, but taken absolutely flat out. Bastian Boost in the 99 car running in 5th place. Our leader, Lauren Heinrich. 2nd, Larry Tenforder. 3rd, Mikael Ammermuller. 4th, Morris Schöring. Then Bastian Boost, Dylan Pereira, Rudy Van Buren, Luke Hartog, Huub van Eindhoven, Lorcan Hannafin rounding out the top 10, but Hannafin will be promoted further up the order on account of the fact that Eindhoven has that 5-second time penalty hanging over him like an axe. There's Harold Prochik in the number 20 car, and Prochik, who is running in 18th place, and it's been great to welcome him to the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany grid this year. Behind him, the leading Pro-Am driver, Carlos Rivas. The best livery you'll ever see on a race car. You really need to see pictures of that close up. He's 19th on the track, but he is the leading Pro-Am driver. Zoran Spreng is 20th on the track, some 0.6 of a second behind him. 20th position, but 2nd in category in the Pro-Am standings. So Carlos Rivas and Harold Prochik, 2 very experienced racers in different disciplines. Their disciplines collide here at Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, and now Rivas is looking at the back of the Prochik car, trying to find a route past. So 11 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. And is that Jan-Erik Sluten? No, it's not. It's Wagner, Richard Wagner, the other of the Iron Force Racing by Phoenix cars, out braking himself into the corner, goes deep into the runoff area. and loses a load of places. So Richard Wagner, who was running in a very respectable 13th place, but just overcooking it into the corner, and looks like he might have a problem with his brakes. You saw just before we cut away, locking up there. You can see the smoke coming from the car, and that position is surrendered. Max van Splunteren comes through and relieves him of 13th place. So I think there's a problem there with that car, because that is not just a regular lockup. There he is again. You can see going straight on. So Richard Wagner in all sorts of trouble, and it looks as though his afternoon is over. And in fact, that's more than just a brake lockup, isn't it? You see the smoke billowing from the 95 car, and yeah, the wheels pointing. Are they pointing in the same direction? It looks to me like the right wheel is not quite in the direction that it should be, but whichever way, Wagner, a great afternoon up until now, but with 10 minutes of this race remaining, it looks like he is in trouble. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4 running together. Lauren Heinrich about a second ahead of Larry Tenforder last time around. He's opened up to 1.137. Mikael Ammermuller holding on to third place, looking for his first podium of the year. Maurice Schöring looking to relieve him of that. Maurice Schöring, who finished second in race 2 at Spa-Francorchamps. And then behind them is Bastian Boos. Dylan Pereira, a fairly quiet race by his standards, down in 6th place. And Rudy Van Buren, who's just broken clear of Luke Hartog, who is in 8th place. Huub van Eindhoven in the green car, and Lorcan Hannafin in 10th place in the number 9 FAC Autotech car. So Huub van Eindhoven coming under increasing pressure from Hannafin, and there's Richard Wagner again, bouncing across the curbs. There's clearly something amiss with that car. The number 95 car that was running so high, down in 17th place at the moment. Here's Alex Fack and Christoph Langer, the two Fack Autotech teammates, are running side by side. Alex Fack in the number 9 car, in the number 8 car, is through and passed, but of course he had that issue early on with the drive-through penalty for causing a collision. He's got an awful lot of work to do from back there, currently in 26th place and trying to work his way forwards. And Christoph Langer relegated down to 27th. So very rapid Fack car, but he's not making it. But someone who is making it, Luke Hartog, once again in front of Rudy Van Buren. Luke Hartog, who is turning out to be the real entertainer in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany this year. We saw him in the battles in every race at Spa-Francorchamps last time out. Yesterday, started on pole position, drove a fairly conservative race to come home in 3rd, but now he's back past Rudy Van Buren. These two drivers seem to be glued to each other in every race. So again, Hartog is up into 7th place. Now Rudy Van Buren will look to the inside to try and find a route past Luke Hartog, but Hartog in 7th. Dylan Pereira just up ahead, and you could see Rudy Van Buren just locking up into the corner. A waft of blue smoke, and Luke Hartog continues in 7th at the moment. What can Rudy Van Buren do about that? These two drivers really entertaining us here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Behind them, Huub van Eindhoven. He could do with finding more of a gap over Lorcan Hannafin, who's behind him, because he has that 5-second time penalty, which will drop him a long way back down the order. Larry Tenforder has been awarded a black and white flag. That's a warning for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So track limits continue to be an issue here, but Larry Tenforder in 2nd place with that warning given to him from the stewards. Our focus at the moment is the battle for 7th. It's Luke Hartog, and now there is our race leader, Lauren Heinrich, ahead of Larry Tenforder. Tenforder, who is pushing the fastest man on the track, has been Mikael Ammermuller in 3rd place. So he has the best lap of 1:31.697. So Mikael Ammermuller not settling for 3rd place, but he is about half a second back from Larry Tenforder. We look at the view from Harold Prochik in 18th place. Ahead of him, Richard Wagner, who had all sorts of dramas with lockups and blue smoke. But Harry Prochik working hard, trying to push his way forwards, adjusting as he goes on his way. 6 minutes remaining of this race. It's Lauren Heinrich who continues to lead from Larry Tenforder, and we ride on board some great camera shots looking at the cars in front, and you get a real impression of speed, and you get an impression of what a glorious day here it is at the Red Bull Ring. The sun is shining, conditions are perfect for this race 4 of this 16 race season, and we continue to ride with Harold Prochik looking ahead at Richard Wagner. Great shot there from Harry. Thank you for that. And Harry, who is in 18th place, Wagner in 17th. Here come our leaders, though. And Mikael Ammermuller, the fastest man on the track, has closed up to Larry Tenforder. These are two drivers that have been fighting each other over the years. Larry Tenforder going wide out of turn 10. There is contact between the two of them and Mikael Ammermuller. Now, has he got damage? The two cars came together. You saw Larry Tenforder getting it wrong out of turn 10. Comes together with Mikael Ammermuller. Now Morris Schöring sees his opportunity. Heavy contact between the two. Schöring onto the grass. Mikael Ammermuller squeezing him as they head around turn 2 up towards turn 3, under braking. Morris Schöring past Mikael Ammermuller. That was a heavy collision between Larry Tenforder and Mikael Ammermuller. Is there any damage to either of those cars? Larry Tenforder came wide out of turn 10, and Larry Tenforder, no, that's the 26 car in the identical Jesse Van Kooyt car, so he gets out of the way, as you were. Morris Schöring is through, and Mikael Ammermuller down to 4th place. So that was a big impact, and I'll be surprised if the very least there isn't some damage to the suspension or the steering. But he has still continued on his way. The incident is being investigated by the stewards, as you would suspect. There are only 4 minutes of this race remaining. Larry Tenforder continues in that position. Let's look again. He gets a slide on out of turn 10, outside of track limits. Ammermuller doesn't know whether to go left or right. Decides to go to the outside into turn 1 just as Larry Tenforder moves over to block him. And Mikael Ammermuller up in the air. I should think his steering is all over the place after that impact. Somehow, the 92 car remains on the track, remains running. Larry Tenforder relegated down, though, as a result of that impact. He's showing as in 4th place at the moment. But has he got any more damage? We're looking again from a different angle, looking along the pit straight. Larry Tenforder, you see him move across. And, well, there were shades of Holger Harmsen's moment at Spa-Francorchamps last time out, going up in the air and landing with quite a bump. Mikael Ammermuller would have felt that as it came down to the ground, that's for sure. But he continues. And the stewards will continue to look at that. We look from Larry Tenforder as he got that sideways moment out of 10, and then on to the pit straight. You see him gather it up, and then you see the 92 car just in the side window go up into the air and back down. Really dramatic stuff. Morris Schöring, very wise. He's just hanging back to stay out of it, and then sees the opportunity to jump. So Morris Schöring gets up into 2nd place as a result of those two cars getting together. All of that has really let Lauren Heinrich off the hook, because he is well clear, nearly 3 seconds. And there is Morris Schöring as he challenged Mikael Ammermuller. A black and white flag has been shown to Larry Tenforder for more than one change of direction, you think? Morris Schöring through on the inside of Mikael Ammermuller in that replay. But clearly, Larry Tenforder and Ammermuller, both of their cars will have been ailing after what was a fairly significant impact. We're looking at a replay. It said replay, but I think we're back on the live pictures now. Less than 2 minutes remaining of this race. And it's Lauren Heinrich who is now well ahead. Let's have a look back at the battle that had been raging. Dylan Pereira now has Luke Hartog for company, and Rudy Van Buren. So these three drivers that have been battling for this entire race. Luke Hartog in P7. Can he make it P6 before this race is over? Lauren Heinrich, look at that lead. Some 3 seconds over Morris Schöring. Mikael Ammermuller in 3rd. Larry Tenforder in 4th. Somehow those Porsches have survived that impact. Bastian Buus, it's not like him to be missing out on all the action. He's just loitering in 5th place, very much on his own. Then Dylan Pereira with Luke Hartog and Rudy Van Buren. We look back from the car of Dylan Pereira, the Iron Force Racing by Phoenix Porsche, the multicolored car, the yellow and black Hartog car, and the red, black and green Rudy Van Buren car, all running in single file. We're into the final minute of timed racing. Remember, there will be an additional lap once the clock strikes 0 and the leader crosses the line. But again, Dylan Pereira feeling the pressure from Luke Hartog. Dylan Pereira in 6th place, Hartog in 7th. 8th place, Rudy Van Buren. Into turn 1 they come. Still, Luke Hartog looking to press Pereira into a mistake. Now, this is his best opportunity. This is the fastest part of the circuit around turn 2. Absolutely flat out, picking up the slipstream up the steep hill towards turn 3. Under braking, Hartog to the outside. Can he cut back to the inside without losing a position? Rudy Van Buren, no. Pereira has him covered off. The clock strikes 0, and Dylan Pereira still holds on to that position in P6. Now Luke Hartog looks to the outside. Rudy Van Buren just waiting for these two cars to come together. Now on the outside, Hartog, he's not going to make it stick there. He tries to come back to the inside. Rudy Van Buren trying to fill the gap. Still, as you were, Pereira, Hartog, Rudy Van Buren. This is the fight for 6th place. Now, Hartog to the outside once again. It's a long way round, but he goes out onto the gravel. That's going to give the advantage. Pereira, Hartog giving it everything. Now the outside becomes the inside. 3 abreast. Rudy Van Buren trying to take advantage. Brilliant stuff. Luke Hartog's through. Now here comes Rudy Van Buren as well. Dylan Pereira going to get mugged. No, he's not. He somehow holds it off. Rudy Van Buren, but Luke Hartog through into 6th place. Huub van Eindhoven with Lorcan Hannafin on his inside. Huub van Eindhoven going very wide out of turn 10, takes to the grass and loses that position. Lorcan Hannafin is through. Wow, great stuff here from Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We're on to the final lap of the race for that man then. Excuse me, Lauren Heinrich. Oh, way too much shouting. Larry Tenforder now under pressure from Bastian Boost. That car is almost certainly ailing. So Larry Tenforder, who was running so high in this race, 4th place. Bastian Boost can see 4th place ready for the taking. We can see Larry Tenforder just out of the side of his car, side by side into the corner, and Larry Tenforder almost certainly carrying damage after that impact with Mikael Ammermuller. Bastian Boost takes the position, but Larry Tenforder coming back now. Larry Tenforder, such an experienced driver. They run side by side, but Bastian Boost in P5 just holding on to that position. And it's Bastian Boost who now takes P4 from Larry Tenforder. Great stuff here on Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Lauren Heinrich, though, into the final corners of this race 2 of the weekend for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. It's Heinrich who got the jump at the start from Morris Schöring and has led every lap of this race from there on, taking the checkered flag. Morris Schöring in 2nd. Mikael Ammermuller somehow surviving despite the aerobatics to come home in 3rd. Bastian Boost beating Larry Tenforder across the line. Larry Tenforder down to 5th place. Then across the line comes Luke Hartog. What an incredible drive to 6th place for him. Then Dylan Pereira, Rudy Van Buren, Lucas Groneveld and Jesse Van Kooijk rounding out the top 10. So Lorcan Hannafin dropping down the order. So clearly an issue there for the FAC Auto Tech car. Lauren Heinrich and Morris Schöring, Mikael Ammermuller, the 1, 2, 3 running in 3 abreast here, the 1, 2, 3 in this race. Absolute entertainment here as the cars come to a stop. But Lorcan Hannafin in all sorts of trouble, drops down to 20th place at the end of this race. It's Carlos Rivas, who is the highest placed Pro-Am driver, crossing the line in 18th place. Huub van Eindhoven is the highest rookie in 11th, but remember he has that 5-second penalty, will drop him down the order. So Sebastian Freimert in the number 31 car will be the highest placed rookie. Incredible stuff from Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Lauren Heinrich and carrying on his winning ways in the number 3 car. He's had 2 wins and a second place, and now make that 3 wins and a second place. Here is confirmation of the result from race 2 here at the Red Bull Ring. Lauren Heinrich from Morris Schöring and Mikael Ammermuller. Bastian Boos, a great drive to 4th place. Larry Tenforder, Luke Hartog into 6th ahead of Dylan Pereira and Rudy van Buren. Lucas Groneveld, Max van Splunteren and Huub van Eindhoven. Then Jesse van Kooyk, Sebastian Framert, Ariel Levi and Richard Wagner and Harold Prochik rounding out the top 16. There are the rest of the results scrolling through. Brilliant stuff. Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, you never fail to entertain us. So, 3 non-finishers, Alex Tauscher, Lucas Ertl and Jukka Honkavori. Lucas Ertl, remember that incident that saw him turned around, and Tauscher and Honkavori joining him in retirement as well. Under the shadow of the Red Bull, we look again at the final corner as Lauren Heinrich came out to receive that checkered flag, weaving his way along the pit straight. And the second place yesterday felt like just a blip, really, didn't it? Because he really is the man to beat here at the moment. Into Parc Fermé they come. Morris Schöring, Lauren Heinrich. Mikael Ammermuller, well, he did well to get that home with 4 wheels on the wagon. I can't imagine it was steering in a straight line after the aerobatics. But somehow he survived, and Heinrich once again opens up the point lead from Dylan Pereira, 28 points behind. But keep an eye on Schöring, Tenforder, and Hartog. Tenforder, of course, the defending champion, and Bastian Boos rounding out the top 6. There are 25 points awarded for a win, so this could all change in the blink of an eye. This is race 4. It is a 16-race season, so still, according to my complex calculations, still another 12 races to go in this season. An awful lot can and will happen. Car 28 received a drive-through penalty for causing a collision, so Lucas Groneveld falling foul of the stewards for causing a collision. So Lauren Heinrich for SSR Huber Racing. Morris Schöring, also SSR Huber. And Mikael Ammermuller, also for SSR Huber. You get the drift. There's a pattern developing. And that looks like Christian Engelhardt coming to congratulate. A name that is very familiar to the Porsche fraternity. And coming to congratulate his former teammate in GT Masters, Mikael Ammermuller. Of course, he and Christian Engelhardt won the championship together in GT Masters in 2020. Morris Schöring, he's just at the start of his career. You may well tremble. So that's the national anthem done. The scary bull applauds as Huri Isaac, the project manager of customer support Porsche Germany, presenting the trophy to Mikael Ammermuller. There's also one for Morris Schöring, and Dutch driver once again impressing. But the man they've all got to beat this year, was Spa a blip? Well, it turns out not. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the whole of this season. Lauren Heinrich, top step of the podium and top of the points. So we're less than a couple of weeks, well, about exactly a couple of weeks away from the what was the first round that happened at Spa-Francorchamps. This is round 2. Now we have a little bit of a break. It's the 17th to the 19th of June that we reconvene at Imola for round 3, races 5 and 6 of the season. Then it's to Zandvoort the week after for round 4. Nürburgring at the beginning of August. Lausitz-Ring in the middle of August. Sachsenring at the end of September. And it all comes to a close at Hockenheim on the 21st to the 23rd of October. Who will be crowned champion of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany? Will it be Lauren Heinrich? Will it be Mikael Ammermuller? Will it be Larry Tenforder making it 3 championships in a row? There is so much to play for here. This was just race 4 of this 16 race season. This battle is going to run and run. So many young chargers nibbling at the heels of Larry Tenforder and Lauren Heinrich and Dylan Pereira. The championship is alive and kicking. It's the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We do hope you're going to join us next time out at Imola. It is the 17th to the 19th of June. It will be races 5 and 6. And the question is, can Lauren Heinrich continue his winning ways? He's made it 3 out of 4 this season so far. It could be 5, it could be 6 at Imola. Join us then to find out. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.